Descartes knows nothing. Seminal modern Enlightenment philosopher and mathematician from the 1600s, Renes Descartes, was known for his maxim that a lot of people have heard of, I think, therefore I am. In his book called Meditations on First Philosophy, he says that he thinks that this is one of his multiple ways of doubting his own position that he goes into, and then comes the conclusion that these questions that it begs can actually be answered adequately. So he's correct that God exists. So his main reason that I think is the strongest, though, is that he thinks evil God could be deceiving him into believing that he exists, but he basically concluded that God wouldn't do that. So he isn't basically being deceived by an evil God. So he does think, so he does exist. So he claims he knows he exists because he thinks. But in fact, he doesn't know that he thinks, because even if he doesn't believe it, an evil God could still trick him into believing that he exists even though he doesn't actually exist. Or maybe there's no God in the first place, which, according to Descartes' own logic, would mean that Descartes doesn't know that he exists. So Descartes doesn't know that he exists because he doesn't know that he thinks, because he doesn't know that an evil God is not deceiving him, or whether God even exists in the first place. Descartes doesn't know that he exists. He doesn't know that he thinks. He doesn't know that an evil God isn't deceiving him. He doesn't know that God exists. If God created humans, but God doesn't exist, it would have been impossible for God to create anyone or anything. Descartes' argument is bankrupt on every level. Descartes knows nothing.